I have.
Okay. Like
and
college,
I inhale. I did inhale.
Okay.
I've been a little harsh on her, and I know I'm a little sensitive today, and I'm about to go off the grid, so there's just a lot going on here. Connor, give me something. Just give me some good Kamala stuff, because she could be president of the United States. I don't want people jumping off the bridge today. Give me just like a bunch of good Kamala.
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree? You exist in the context of all in which you live and what came before you.
I can imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been. You know?
What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. So the United States shares a very important relationship, which is an alliance with the Republic of North Korea. Ukraine is a country in Europe. It exists next to another country called Russia. Russia is a bigger country. Russia is a powerful country. Russia decided to invade a smaller country called Ukraine. So basically that's wrong.
Have you ever smoked?
I have.
Okay. Like
And
college,
I inhale. I did inhale.
Okay.
It was a long time ago.
Harris explains her pro-pot stance and admits that she indulged in the substance while in college. Then this exchange happened.
What does Kamala Harris listen to?
What were you listening to when you was high? What was on? What song was
Oh, my goodness. Oh, yeah, definitely Snoop. Tupac.
You guys have a searing headache, like almost like you've been stabbed in the head with some sort of giant machete going right through your temple. That's what I have. There's a lot there of her greatest hits. Most interestingly, perhaps, Kamala Harris graduated college in 1986. She went to grad school and finished in 1989, and she passed the bar in 1990. In that video that you just heard there, she's saying that she was smoking pot while listening to Snoop Dogg. Unfortunately, Snoop Dogg's record, his first record, Doggy Style, it's a classic, that was released in 1993. And the first Tupac is Tupacalypse, which was released in 1991. So that stoned crazy woman who also, by the way, jailed thousands of people in California for smoking weed while she was...
Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor is due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and rule well. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Noise in his gospel, bro. I lift up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is just a lesson through the spirit. Apostle Tahar put up this video titled, "What does Kamala mean when she makes this statement?" And it says, it says to be and be unburdened by what has been. You can now
Shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Shalom to the 144,000 the rest of your elect out there. Shalom to you all. Anyway, I'm going to make this super quick. What does Kamala mean when she makes this statement? And this is part of the statement. I'm not going to play it because you know how YouTube get down. It says, what can be and be unburdened by what has been.
All right, now that statement can mean, it seems like a pretty general statement, but it's something specific because you have what they call semantics and you also have newspeak. Now, the elites, what they do is use cryptic messages, okay? Like when you look on back of the dollar bill, right? You have what they call, on back of the U.S. dollar bill, you have what they call the, what the fuck is it at, man? I know I'm tripping. Yeah, you have annual coeptus. You have what they hear what you call annual coeptus nuos oro securum, which means of a new way or a new world order. Okay, of an enterprise, a new world order. And we know the new world order is going to start off with the mass chipping of you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and really basically putting you down. Okay, the New World Order, they don't want Jake in the New World Order unless you're going to be just a complete slave with no rights. The whole shebang is to wipe you completely out. They want to wipe you out, okay? And that's what I get from that. But more in depth. So New World Order, the RFID chip, and ultimately the mass extermination of you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And that's where I get it from, because when you think about Kamala Harris and the crime bill and the Clinton administration and Joe Biden, they all had one common enemy, and that was you blacks, you Hispanics, you Native Americans, you Israelites. Predominantly you Jakes, man. Because one thing you got to understand is that the so-called white man, he hates you. Okay, and this woman here, this demon, which I think her name goes into like death or destruction or something, Kamala. You can look it up. I know the apostles went into it last week. But basically, man, they getting ready to roll on you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And it's no coincidence that with this chick, what's her name, Sonia Massey, which was blown away by Edomite cop at the time of a selection that the Democrats are looking to lose. And all of a sudden you got a so-called black one, because she's not really. And I found out that her father, even though her father may have some type of Jamaican origin, as they like to say, or from the islands. In fact, her grandfather was a slave owner, okay, from Irish descent. Now, all Irish wasn't Israelites, okay, but a lot of those Irishmen that was enslaved were Benjamites. But instead, her grandfather was a landowner, okay, a landowner and owned slaves. So he could have very well been an Edomite. So regardless, this bitch ain't no Israelite, all right? And she has the agenda, according to Psalms, the 83rd chapter, is to do away with our people. Okay, and first and foremost, they want to do a subtle, because Esau understands through the scriptures that if Jake takes that mark of the beast, the Most High is going to do away with him anyway. But they forgot, and they forgot about the book of Romans 11 and 25 when the scriptures go into all Israel should be saved in the Lord. So regardless of it, man, you ain't going to be able to destroy Jake. All right. So anyway, I got a precept here. This is the book of Baruch. I think it's Baruch 3. It may be 4. Yeah, I think it's Baruch 4. Give me 1 second. Yep, this is the book of Baruch 4. And I'm going to start at verses 5. It says, "Be of good cheer, my people. The memorial of Israel," when you go into memorial, it goes into like something that's commemorated. Like they have something just called Memorial Day, when people go and they mourn their dead ancestors and all this other shit because they probably fought in World War II, memorial. Okay, like a monument almost. It says, "You were sold to the nations, not for your destruction." So we wasn't really brought over here to America to be fully eliminated, but Esau had another plan. Okay, in his mindset, he was like, well, look, shit, we gonna get rid of all these ninjas. But when slavery didn't work, he felt like he would destroy us through the civil rights movement. Okay, and that didn't work. He felt like he can destroy us through the crack epidemic. That didn't work. Then the single homes, the breaking up of families, and then, the juice mandates and all this other stuff. The ghettos, the hoods, the rap culture. Black culture was meant to destroy you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Because believe it or not, you're all a black or colored race of people. You're just different tribes. But it says you were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because you moved Yahweh to wrath, you were delivered unto the enemies. Okay, and this is the reason why we are in Babylon today, because we were delivered to our enemies. But it says, "For you provoked him that made you by sacrificing it to devils, and not Yahweh, and ye have forgotten the everlasting power that brought you up, and have grieved Jerusalem that nursed you." All right, because we were kicked out of the land because we were worshiping idols. Okay, hence being brought here to the shores of America to serve slavery. And we've been in this goddamn place over 500 years, man. Okay, I believe this has been the longest, because the first captivity, Egypt, we were slaves 400 years, and we was in Egypt 430 years, but we was only slaves 400 of those 430 years. Hey, we've took the cake here, man. Okay, when you go from 1492 or the early 1500s, you got 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's damn near 600 fucking years, man. Okay, that's 400 shorts of 1,000 years, man. We've been in this place. And now Esau is getting ready to come after you with the sword. You see? Let's go here to the book of 2nd Ezra 16. And I'm going to start at verses. Let's start at verses 68. It says, "For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and it should take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols," man. And you can say that's that micro C to the MOT to the busy. Okay, because it's gonna come a time when they're gonna collapse this system. And I was looking at a video earlier that they was gonna, and the guy was basically stating that once America collapsed financially, they're gonna start to, and I may go into that next, but they're gonna start to activate these sleeper cells. And he mentioned Iranian nationals, Ukrainian nationals, Russian nationals. He mentioned these particular nations that they have allowed to come over here and to police your borders, because one thing they ain't telling you is that the American military is going to be shipped out to what you call the Middle East to, basically fight to defend NATO, against Russia, China, Iran, the BRICS nation. They going to war, and they going to war behind this dollar, whether they want to or not. And that's going to be the institution of that MOT to the B. And it says, "And they that consent unto them should be had in derision and reproach and trodden underfoot." So they going to offer that microchip to you, man, and they going to do it in classes. Like we always stated, they going to do it in classes, from doctors to nurses to administrative assistants to realtors to cops, firefighters, health workers, city workers, state workers, federal workers, and down to the common folk. To the point, if you want to get your Medicaid and you 60-something years old, guess what? They got to fit Grandma May with a chip. Okay? They got to fit Uncle Henry with a chip. They got to put it inside them because, hey, they gonna sell them on it. Like, look, man, the dollar's obsolete. There's no purchasing power in it. If you want to continue to get your rebates and your amenities every month and you want to get your medications, they going to sell you on it. Because the one thing about Jake is already sold on his system. So the hard part is done. Only thing they got to do is sell them on a calamity or sell them on an attack or whatever they getting ready to do on a false flag, and then everything else is gonna sell itself. Because once you scare people into submitting, people gonna submit, man. One thing it takes is a little pressure. People gonna start lining up to get that MOTB when they're threatened with prison times and fines and soon to be death, because eventually they're going to threaten you with death if you don't take the MOTB, because they already know our stands on it. So there ain't going to be no ifs, ands, or buts. Look, either you take the chip or we going to take you to prison and you going to rot in jail, or we going to shoot you up, or we going to do something to you. Either way it go, you're going to have to take that MARK. All right, and that's what every U.S. president always had a speech or a sentiment about the New World Order, the NWO, which technically it's already started. Okay, they're just not gonna get a chance to finish this full course meal, because Yahweh Shah is gonna stop them. But this is their plans. All right, and it says, "For that should be in every place in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord." So every city they're gonna go from city to city, suburb to suburb, flushing you Israelites out, man, whether you be in the truth or not. Okay, Esau knows who we are. It just you simple bonehead Jakes don't consider who you are. You're not considering it because the spirit is not on you to consider. And on top of that, you got a bunch of demons that call themselves Israel that whether to win you over with debates, whether to teach you who you really are. Because I guarantee you, man, with these other groups, most of their followers, man, they don't know what the hell they're a part of. Okay, they just know that they're Israelites and that the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the Israelites and Esau is the devil. Okay, they don't have no deep hidden knowledge about how to be an Israelite, how to live your life. They don't know how to pray to Yahweh Shai. They don't keep the customs. You got niggas flaming up blunts, watching videos, smoking, trying to type precepts. It's just a bunch of folly and madness here. That's why it says for every place it says, "For there should be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord." Yeah, man. And who fears the Lord? The Israelites. It said they should be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they should be tried as gold in the fire, man. So this is what Esau is getting ready to do. He wants to come down with great wrath. He wants to shut these cities down. He wants to lock you in. He wants to put a microscopic tag in you. Okay, he wants to take away your rights, which you don't really have them anyway. He wants to continue to destroy the Jake families, and he wants to put you in slavery. And ultimately, he wants to eviscerate us. The sword, because nothing else worked. His deception is wearing off. Okay, his medicines ain't really. I mean, they're working, but not at the rate he's looking. So he's gonna have to. You're gonna have to lock horns with this devil, regardless. Okay, because he's gonna come after us with the physical sword. He has nothing else left. You know, he can't win us with the division and debates. He can't send somebody up to try to confound us because we're convinced, like the scriptures say, let every man be persuaded in his own way. We're persuaded that what we teach is the truth. So ain't no vocab Malones or no, what's this nigga's name, Hassads, or no fucking bowling ball head nigga deacons out there and Allah's. All right, look, none of them niggas can convince us that we ain't got the truth. So at this point, what he's gonna do is come after us with the sword. That's the only thing he got left, and he's gonna fail miserably doing that, because the minute he comes after us, this is when the Lord is gonna raise the standard on him, man. So he's fucked either way it go. And this is why the bitch said what she said. And I'm gonna go back. She said the thing that the thing that could be, but what was unburdened. She said to be unburdened from what was. What was is Israel. When you say what was, meaning that's past tense, man. Meaning that you've done something. And what can be is future tense. So basically she's speaking on what can we do in a future tense to eliminate the problem we have now. Because right now, clearly, Jake is a burden to these clowns, man. All right, the scriptures say, matter of fact, let me get that real quick. I'm going to get that. And it's up for interpretation, man. I mean, it really is up for interpretation, because she was saying a whole lot of nothing, but it's cryptic. Okay? These devils speaking. This is why the scriptures say, be careful of a man that's speaking with his hands and teach it with his feet. Roughly paraphrasing it. Teach it with his hands. You know? That cryptic shit. Because they ain't going to come out and say, yeah, we want to dust you, nigga. They not going to come out and say that, man. They can't say that. Because Jacob rise up against him. All right, so this is the book of Isaiah 19, and I'm going to start at verses 16. It says, in that day, Egypt should be like unto women, and should be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, which he's shaking over it. Because the Lord is going to, at night, it's a perverse spirit going around here. Like I was sitting outside today of this place called, it's a place called Little Crown Center, man. You know, they got a little restaurant. So I went there and grabbed a little bite to eat on my break. And it was this demon. I went outside and I sat to wait on a ride, man. And it was this demon, this Edomite, man. He was probably like maybe 50, 60 feet away from me at the bus stop, but he was drinking. But the demon in him kept looking at me, so I kept looking at him. You know, and he looked like he wanted to walk over there next to me, but he couldn't, so he kept turning around. So he was kind of just like jumping and grabbing the bus signs and shit, you know, just being a damn demon. Bug out talking shit, you know, talking to himself, and you could tell the guy was drunk. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, he kept looking at me, like the demon in him was looking at me, and he'd turn around and walk off. So finally, when my ride pulled up and I hopped in the whip, then that's when he was able to walk over there. But other than that, the Lord had a shield around me, man. Because in my mindset, I'm like, this dude come over here, I'm finna push it. I'm finna, you know, in my spirit, I'm just like, man, he come over here with that bullshit. I'm just finna put hands on him. That was just in my mindset, you know. Jake was just thinking that way because he's drunk. You know, he talks shit. They get close. They get to stumbling on you. I'm like, this dude come over here, I'm gonna literally push his fucking nose into his skull. That's what I was thinking, and I was just waiting on him. But I didn't really feed into it, you know. It wasn't nothing big deal. Because in the back of my mind, the spirit, like, he ain't gonna come over here because, you know, he got the devil. Satan ain't gonna mess with you. And I wasn't really worried about it. But, you know, just drunk people. So I pulled off and shit, and all of a sudden, then he was able to walk past. You know, and show you how the devil is. But see, that's that perverse spirit that the Most High is igniting here in America. People are on edge, man. You know, especially in this little shithole town called Kansas City. These devils are proud out here because this is actually a rich city. You know, so I came out. I wonder what the fuck is wrong with everybody out here. For one thing, they ain't got no water. Okay, water is life. They have no body of water, so it's dry. These people are very dry in the spirit. They're very just blah. You know what I'm saying? I don't like these fucking people at all. For real. But to say this, they hurting because they've gotten rich off Jake here, man. Okay, this is one of Esau's prized possessions. As we know, that Missouri is one of the last states that allegedly freed slavery. So they was getting that money off Jake. This is why a lot of Fortune 500 business and corporations headquarters are right here in Kansas City. You know? You would never know that, but a lot of this shit is here. So Esau is feeling the burn, so he's pissed, and he's ready to fuck you Jakes up, man. And that's really the Lord. But it says here, in the land of Judah should be a terror upon unto Egypt, and everyone that make it mention thereof should be afraid in themselves. See, this is that burden, man. Okay, their burden, they like, look, welfare, food stamp, we got to continue to raise the rents and shit. They feel like you niggas are eating unjustly. They want to do away with you, you know, when they're the problem. But it says, and everyone that make it mention thereof should be afraid in himself, because of the counsel of the Lord of hosts, which he have determined against it. Yeah, it says Judah should be a terror unto Egypt. You know, so they want to get you up out of here. They don't want us here. And that's the beauty of it. The Lord is getting ready to destroy America, man. All right. Got one more precept, then I'll end it. This is just my opinion on it. You know, I mean, I could be way off the mark, but the Spirit came to me and stated, when I had to really look into what she was saying, I'm like, oh, yeah, they want to kill niggas. Because Kamala don't like you niggas, bro. She's locked over. I think she got what, over how many niggas she locked up? I can't recall. It was a high number though, man. Some people say 1,500, some people say 2,000. I don't know. She was like a prosecuting attorney or some shit, a DA, not a DA, but she was something now. She was a prosecuting attorney or some shit out there. And she locked a lot of you Jakes up for weed, all types of stuff. And you know, in California, they had that 3 strikes law shit too. Now this is way before then, but it's a lot of Jakes that was doing time in prison behind unjust laws, man. Okay, so this is the book of Psalms 83 and 2. It says, for lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. Now look up the word tumult. All right, the word tumult goes into the word, what the hell are we? Okay, it goes hamaha, which means to murmur, to growl, roar, cry aloud, mourn, rage, sound, to make noise, a tumult, to be clamorous, be disquieted, be loud, be moved, troubled, to be in uproar. And they're gonna come against Jake, man. Okay, they're gonna come against you with armies, with military, private militias, cops, other niggas. It's gonna be nuts out here. And if you ain't got the Spirit of the Lord on you because you want to debate all the time, then you're gonna get caught up in this flood. All right, but it says here, for they have taken crafty counsel, and crafty is subtlety, is subtle. So what she did and what she said was nothing but, it was cryptic, crafty. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. And they have said, come and let us cut them off for being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. Okay, and this is why they want to do away with you. New World Order, they want to put that MOTB. They was like, well, look, if we can get these niggas hipped up, the Lord to do the rest, because you do take it, the Most High is going to destroy you. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You think about taking it, the Most High can put you down. And a lot of you Israelites out there, a lot of you guys that call yourselves Israelites, I guarantee you, you're going to take that MOTB. Okay, Hassad, you're going to take the MOTB. Deacon, you're going to take the MOTB. Nate, your congregation going to take the MOTB. You know why? Because the Lord ain't going to reserve you from it. You may know what it is, and you may don't have attention to take it, but the Lord is going to give you over to that spirit. He's going to create things in your life that's going to make you and that's going to walk you into taking that MOTB. Okay, you can't, the scripture says, a fearful thing to fall in the hands of the living power. And they said, come and let us cut them off for being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. It says, for they have consulted together with one consent, meaning they're all on one accord, and they are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, and the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also joined with them, and they have hope in the children of Lot. All right. So that's the point, man. They want to roll on you niggas, man. All right. And good riddance to you Jakes. You Jakes are just wicked. I don't blame them for wanting to roll on your ass, but at the same time, we know it's the will of the Heavenly Father. And they're not going to get too far in their dealings, because the Most High is going to turn the tables on them too. So, hey, he kills 3 birds in one stone. All right, he kills you niggas. He gets them, and he get the rest of you damn heathens. And hopefully we are the elect and we're delivered. But with that, call Allah Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Lord, will you edify until the next lesson. Shalom.